All right, now, so as per advanced selectors, those are used whenever I want to target a specific element that doesn't have a specific ID or a specific class that I can directly direct my CSS to. So I got this section right here. It's a speaker section. That speakers section, if I expand that up a bit, you're going to see that has a container inside it that's called speaker details. And inside of speaker details, I got an image, I got a name, I got a bio, and I got a button to go to the full profile of the speaker. So as you can see, all of these elements right here share the same ID and they all share. So if I were to I was targeting the same CSS because if I were to do, for example, speaker details none, give you as you can see, all of these speakers disappear, which is not what I wanted to happen. So there's a number of things that I can do if I wanted to target just a specific element inside of the section. So let's say that I want to target, for example, just the this speaker called speaker KD test, for example. If I scroll to the element itself, you'll see that I have, this is the container that I'm going to be targeting. And this container specifically has, for example, an alt text, so I can answer which specifically container I want to hide. So I can go to my speaker and then I can search for the one that has the image text KD test in this example, and I can remove the sibling that goes immediately after that image. If I put that in action, this is how that's going to look like. It removes that, it is going to remove the container that goes immediately after the image you see here. If I were to remove this star sign in here, nothing is going to tell me which element I have to remove. So I'm gonna add that back in so you can see. And then so what if I want to hide not the image but the what goes after? I can just go ahead and target class and immediately after the image, since we are assuming that this one does not have a class right now. I can use a speaker image plus and then the star sign. The star signs indicates that it's going to target whatever element goes after the speaker image class. So if I were to do that, as you can see, all of the speaker name description, all of the speaker names are gone. Even though I'm not targeting directly the speaker name in here. So that's for that. And what if I just want to hide, in this case, for example, the container goes in this after the image, for example, as I did right now. I wanted to hide the image itself. So as I told you before, containers in here have a set of childs. For example, the speaker details have a speaker image, then the speaker image inside of it, after that it goes with the speaker name, with speaker bio, etc., etc. So what I'm telling by using nth of type nth child right now, I'm looking at the first child that's inside the speaker detail and I'm removing it. If I were to change this from a 1 into a 2, for example, what gets removed is the speaker names, and that's the second element. If I go back to the 1, what gets removed is the speaker image, and it's on up until every child that the parent element, that in this case is speaker details, has. I can also, if I want to do nth child, there's another alternative that I can target by divs, or I can target by type text, by type span, etc. For example, let's say that I want to target the second or the first div in here. As you can see, they are all divs inside of a parent div in here. If I just want to remove the first nth of type 1 for this div container, I can do the following. I can also always reference the parent class, which in this case is speaker details, and I can then remove this. I want to remove nth of type 1 that goes inside of the speaker details container. If I wanted to remove, in this case, the name, I can just change this to from 1 into a 2, for example, and it's on up until I can remove all of the parent containers. Right now I'm only showing how you can remove these since it's easier for you to get into the idea of what can be done. However, you can put whatever properties you want inside of here. So we want to target, for example, the last in the parent container speaker details here. Target by a subset on the nth of type equals 1 in here. However, if I want to target the last element in here, I can just use a speaker details, and by using this minus sign in here, I'm basically telling the browser to look for the last div, the last type of type div that's inside of this speaker details container in here, and basically removing this, which in this case, as you see, is the profile. That I just want to add some styling, for example, some if I use the parent container, which in this case I'm just passing in a hover parameter, and what that's going to do is that whenever I hover over the itself, it's basically going to make the image a bit bigger, and as you can see, it works for every element inside of the speaker details. So in addition to that, let's say that I want to edit the text that goes inside using just plain CSS. If for whatever reason I cannot edit the HTML of the file itself, I want to just add a dash. I can totally do that using CSS as well. For example, I'm assigning some content that to go before the speaker name, which is specifically this tag right here. I want a dash to be shown in here. So I can do so by just using the content property that CSS already offers. And I can even define what's going to be a font size for this dash in here. Keep in mind that this is for where you cannot edit the HTML directly. And the same as before, I can use content after to target whatever happens before or after an element. A few examples of advanced selectors of what let me know if you have any questions.